Willie D Live.
Around, let's say, I'll say mid 2000s to late 2000s, we didn't see you for a while. What was going on?
Mid
Mid
2000.
2000s to late 2000s.
Oh, so you mean around the time when the Def Jam situation occurred?
I'm not sure what was going on with Def Jam at that time.
I was on hiatus.
Yeah.
I was doing spot dates,
Okay.
and the industry was changing. I was coming from Koch Records off the Heath Keith Murray. No, on Rapmophobia. And that song with Tyrese, Nobody Do It Better.
Mm-hmm.
So it sustained me to do spot dates. And I didn't have a manager. And I wasn't established as I should be. But the man, the myth, the legend was living on. So I was in doing shows in Europe and doing spot dates around the USA. Now that I'm with Rick Aaron, I happen to go viral now from the interviews I'm doing, and I'm getting my footing right. So I have all these music and records that has to be rolled out properly to continue my legacy. Now I have a record label called Ghetto Mogul, which I will be signing acts, producers, and I'm the engineer now. So now I'm sitting at the board and I'm rolling out my records first, and I'm bringing out my artists and putting producers on, and then I got the people who do books and movies and stuff. So then my manager knows how to connect the dots with that. So then you would see me moving up like 50 Cent is doing now. And then doing what Nas is doing, signing himself to his own label but putting on successful artists. And then I'm doing like the movie thing now. I'm the unfamiliar, familiar face that would be in the movies, like Common and Most Def and things of that nature. Because our job is to remember the lines. And Method Man is a good friend of mine and brother. And Redman and Method Man say, Murray, I know you're smart and you can be an actor. You don't have to know the words verbatim, but you do have to know the scenario and know what's going on in the room to deliver your line. So that's where I'm at with it.
Man, you would kill in film. I just know you would. You just some people just got that. Some people just got that natural vibe, you know.
Yeah, that's
You,
a big aspiration of mine.
yeah, man. Yeah, you got that. But you know how you can. I know how you can get on with these big agencies.
Yeah.
Go do door deals. Do your own thing.
Door deals.
Go do some door deals. Do your own thing. Bet on yourself.
Right.
And when they see you get money without them, they're gonna want to come. They're gonna come running. They're gonna come scurrying, man, because one thing that the big boys don't like is you get money without them. They're gonna come to you. As soon as you start doing it, same thing what I did with my podcast, Willie D Live. You know, when I started, I just started like with one subscriber, just like everybody else on YouTube. I started with one subscriber. And next thing you know, I'm at 100,000, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800,000 now. You know, but the thing is that I had to bet on myself first. Nobody just said, "Hey, we want you to do a podcast. We'll pay you this amount of money." No, I had to start one at a time and earn $1 at a time.
Right.
You know, but I went and did it, and now I'm getting offers. They offer me almost weekly. I get some type of offer for millions of dollars. They want to buy the podcast. And I'm like, nah, because it's bigger than the money for me. You know, it's really about having a voice for our people where we can control the narrative.
Right.
You know, black media is very, very important. And I don't think some of our people really understand that we have a duty to control the narrative, to control our own narrative. We cannot rely on others to tell our stories truthfully.
Right.
You know,
Right.
But we can't rely on them to tell the stories accurately.
Right.
We have to tell our own stories. We have to be able to control our own images, and so this is why I keep the podcast going. You know, And it's a lot that happens behind the scenes that you have to deal with. But, you know, for me, uh, I have an obligation.
Right, because you know why I was saying, I said the podcast and my man was like, yeah, you could do it with Angelique, but I don't, I'm still struggling with that sitting there, looking in the camera, being there at a particular time, at the same time all the time, and people really getting an image of me. I'm not used to that, but they saying that I could do it, but I'm like, I don't really see it in my cards.
It's easy, bro, because what you fear is structure. I would shouts out to Deion Taylor with the new movie Fear, but what you fear is structure, and so you have. If you want to overcome that fear, you have to. And if you want something in life, for whatever you want in life, your actions have to be consistent with the outcome that you want. So if you want to do this podcast thing, if you want to be successful in it, then you have to do what the people who are successful in it does, and that is be consistent. That's the number one thing in life, period, with anything that you want to do, any goal that you ever have, is consistency. And so I remember when I started the podcast, I was looking at guys that was doing what I wanted to do. And I was like, damn, how are they doing it? Okay, oh man, they putting out 2, 3, 4 videos a day. Damn, and I started thinking, like, man, that's 20-something damn videos a week. That's 1,000 videos a month, a year. Man, that's a lot of work. But then I kept thinking to myself, like, but that's what I really want to do. I want to do it. Well, if I really want to do it, then I have to be disciplined. I have to discipline myself, and I have to overcome my fear of that structure, having that structure and that consistency. So I just one day, and I always subscribe to the theory that the first step is the hardest. Get that first step out of the way. Anything in life, then boom, you got it. Just like when first day of school, you're scared, you're terrified, you don't know anybody, and then within a week or so, you got a couple friends and you're showing people around. You know your way around the place. So it's just like that. It's just like the first day of school. Everything that you do, that you tried new, it's always intimidating in the beginning. But if you have the will and you have the willpower, and then I wake up every day with will. You know what I'm talking about. So I just take it from there, man. And you could do this, bro, and you would be very, very successful. And you should take advantage of it right now, while people are paying attention to you. People are paying attention right now, and you should seize the moment. I don't care if the setup isn't beautiful. The setup doesn't have to be beautiful. People don't care that you have a pretty picture and everything's perfect. They don't give a damn. They want the content.
Right.
It doesn't have to be beautiful. Just give them the content.
Right.
You can come in there and sit down in your shorts, man, and a T-shirt. They don't give a damn. They want to hear the content. They want to hear what you're saying. And you got so many friends in this industry, so many associates in this industry, so many people that cut for you. They like you. People want to see you win. Yeah. I don't know if you know that. Yeah. And, maybe you don't feel that sometimes, but I'm telling you from somebody that's on the outside looking in.
I'm aware.
People want to see you win.
Right.
People like you.
I'm just not used to being committed to the content all the time because I critique myself too much, probably. And this podcast setting.
Mm-hmm. But you talked about your kids. How old are your kids?
29, 18, 15, and 10.
Yeah. So you wake up with that obligation. You already said that you have an obligation to them. You want to do things for them, now. So it ain't really about you at this moment. You're a conduit, right?
Right.
It's not about you. I use this body every day to go get it for Kane and Blake. Those are my kids. I get up and go do it when I don't want to sometimes. Hop on that plane, go to L.A., go do what I got to do, and I come back, and I do that for them. It's my legacy. They are my legacy. I'm responsible for my legacy. And when they turn 18, the money don't stop, the support don't stop. You're not on your own. No, We in this together forever. So that's my legacy. I'm not finna let my legacy just go to shits.
Exactly.
I feel too strongly about it. And I know a lot of parents who would just let that happen, but I'm not letting it happen.
Word.
And it's within my power to change the trajectory of, my family fortunes. And I got it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing it. And I'm putting other things in place so that we can make sure that we maintain generational wealth long after they're gone.
Right.
Some people say, well, as long as I'm good, my kids good, we straight. No. I would feel very embarrassed if a few generations from now, people, my own bloodline, don't even know who the hell I am. They don't even know Willie D. And they have to, some stranger have to tell them who I am or something, And I would feel very embarrassed if my bloodline, my direct bloodline, is, broke and back to where I started at in the ghetto in 1966. I would be very embarrassed. So I got the power to do something about that. And so do you. You have the power. You have the talent. You have the skill set. You have the resources. It's people it's so many people out there that has the information. If you don't have it, that'll work with you because of who you are, and because of what you have done for them. There's so many people that, like that woman that you was talking about, who said that she was thinking about killing herself, but she listened to your music and she didn't do it. People are grateful for that music, and there are people that will help you, who has those skill sets that will help you turn everything around and put everything on track. But you got to have that structure. Yeah. That structure has to be there. If you don't have that structure, then you're just basically hoping and praying that things just work out. Yeah. And that ain't how life works. It ain't gonna just magically work out. No. It's the structure. And you need that. And if you don't have people, I know people. I got people. I turn you on to some of my people, man. I mean, starting with my financial advisor, Will Roundtree. He's out in Vegas. Helped me get my credit together. That's a simple thing, but boy, just getting that credit together, it opens doors. It's like you got $100,000 and I got an 800 credit score. Guess what? I'm gonna leverage that 800 credit score a lot better than you gonna leverage that 100,000. Some people can't even understand. They be, oh no, you crazy, man. 100,000, man, that's cash, man. Cash is king. Credit is king. Yeah. Credit is king. Never. I always thought cash was king. I always like, man, I don't need no damn credit. I ain't worried about no credit. Yeah. Here I am, instead of paying, 5% for a car note, 5% interest, I'm paying 18%.
Right.
Big, that's money. Yeah. That's money in between those numbers. Yeah. Instead of paying, 8%, for a home, well, you can get lower rates now, a lot lower rates now. But instead of paying 8%, I'm way up here in 22%. Yeah. Crazy, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't buy a burger in the airport with a cash no more.
Right.
Paperless, everything paperless.
Yeah. Well,
you can't check in a hotel without a credit card. Impossible.
That's where we are now, man. A lot of people don't realize, but we are in the digital age. We are we are in a space where it's time that digital currency is going to be mass adopted right before your eyes. Yeah. It's happening right now.
Obsolete. Paper's gonna be obsolete.
Yeah, it's happening right now. But man, you got so many ways to get it, bro. You got so many ways to get back out there and make it pop. Yeah. But I would start with what you're doing right now. Start with yourself. They'll come. Like, man, what you did, I don't know I don't think that you, well, I know for a fact that you don't get enough credit for what you did. You held it down for a few years, as far as that new guy came in and gave hip-hop that energy we need to keep going. Some more fuel. You put fuel in the fire, Yeah. We need artists like that. Even today, We need those new artists who can bring something new to the table, bring some new energy into the table. Right now, I don't know if
Thank
we
you. I
have.
appreciate that compliment.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if we have that right now, but I know we need that. We need those new artists who can come in and and bring an angle, because that's what you did. You brought an angle in.
Right.
You know, bring that angle. So you got
Kendrick Lamar did it, right?
Kendrick Lamar did it.
J. Cole,
J. Cole did it.
Yeah.
You know, J. Cole did it. Cardi B did it.
Cardi B did it. Yeah.
She did it. You know,
Megan did it.
Megan did it.
Yeah. I know what you're
All
saying.
the girls
That's
did
why
it.
I'm giving
It's
it
an angle.
We
It's
saying the same thing. Yeah.
It's bringing that angle. You know, Migos did it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. R.I.P. Takeoff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Besides your uncle, who made you want to be successful? Who's that person that was in Keith Murray's ear that was talking to you and you wanted to make them proud?
Well, my Uncle Marvelous, dude. He's like, yo, what you gonna do? The whole world's watching. Besides Uncle T-Ray, Uncle Marvelous. Like, what you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
The whole world is watching you, Gizmo. Don't let it go to waste. And then my grandfather, Mr. Hall, him and my grandmother, they was the two married. Like, my grandmother told me, like, she had kids and he had kids. He left his wife and got married. And those are the two people who I ever saw. Besides I didn't know my mother and father in the same household, but my mother kept his name, and they kept us around each other. But those two, holy matrimony, like faithful two individuals. Until the day he passed away, I was doing 3 months and 3 years, in Connecticut, from when I went to trial. And they railroaded me for something I didn't do. But I went to trial for something I did and beat it. So I went to trial in Connecticut thinking, the system ain't gonna fail me. And when they came back, the victim said, I didn't see Keith Murray around when I got hurt. When the judge came back, he pulled up the paperwork and he looked at the paperwork and it was backwards. And I read it before him, said guilty. The day Enigma dropped in Connecticut, Commonwealth. But long story short, Mr. Hall, my grandfather and grandmother, I was in jail. That's why I got to that story when he was dying. I was like, Poppy, I will always stick with Grandma. He said, since you said that, I can die now. And to this day, I'm with my grandmother, Clara Buddha Hall, and my Uncle Clee there. But that stuck with me and my uncle to be like, yo, you can run the streets. And, that ain't the thing. And stick with school, but hip-hop swiped me. And Eric Sermon came along. But just to know that I'm making a difference. And you know what I'm saying? Like, people are dropping left and right around me. And I'm watching news, people dropping left and right. And you here for something. You know what I'm saying? Man up. And get established, Murray. Get established.
Man, it's beautiful. The most beautifulest thing in the world is to hear you have that, to accept that responsibility, to know that you are here for a reason. When you go through all of these things, and you should have been done, it should have been done.
Could have been.
And could have been done, right.
I didn't even tell you the stories yet about the death looking in the face. And my God bless the dead, Mr. Daniels, my daughter Brittany grandfather just be like, Sam, you escaped death again? Like the shootouts and the killings and the jail stints and the drug, like battling the addiction and the. He like, damn, you passed death again? I'm looking at this man like, word, taking life for granted like that. Crazy.
So you feel like you're all the way back now?
Well, I know it's an ongoing battle, and I can't say all the way, but I know God ain't done with me. And I got my daughters looking at me, and the people looking at me, and Eric and Redman looking at me. So I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Not be careless with this life God has given us. We here on the wing and the prayer by the grace of God.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And Willie D, baby.
Absolutely.
You don't understand, Willie. I got goosebumps, baby. Word.
Again, man, we appreciate you for coming through, man.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and
Thank
gentlemen.
you for having me because, a lot of people be playing the kid. Willie D here. I went to Tim Westwood wouldn't have me. I went to L.A. They wouldn't have me. I'm like, yo, Goomba, what's going on? Niggas think I'm playing with this. I ain't playing with this.
When it's time for you to go and you ain't got no more, how do you want to be remembered?
With a strong legacy.
Yeah. That's like, what's that, Family Feud? Good answer. Real talk.
Diversify the portfolio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you living at these days?
Long Island, New York.
Oh, yeah, at home, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been all around the world, but I'm strong on own. Will leave a hole in your back the size of a quarter roll.
Yeah. You're a cold boy, man. Cold
The
blooded.
best of them. Willie D. I got goosebumps right now. Yo, you don't understand, Willie D. Yo, I was practicing like how I'm gonna act, what I'm gonna say when I come in the room. Willie D. What?
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Man, I appreciate you coming through.
Thanks
It's been
for having
wonderful,
me.
and I'm definitely.
Yo, Dame said the Willie D show. I said, yo, I watch it. No, I go to sleep watching the show. I wake up watching this show.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Word.
We definitely gonna get back in, man, because I know we can go all day. I know we just sit down talking. I want to chop it up with you just off this camera anyway. But
Definitely.
yeah, it's everything ain't made for public consumption, Yeah. But you that dude though, man, and I appreciate you.
Very inspirational.
Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Murray. No more
just
talk.
warming up, baby.
Yeah.